Hello and welcome back to episode 23 of the MotoGP Career mode. Today we should have had Mugello and Catalunya, but unfortunately my PC had other ideas. Did the Mugello race, did qualifying, did everything, and for some reason my software that I record with went and made a mess of the Mugello race, so I have zero footage from Mugello unfortunately. Luckily I realised it in between. Usually I record a session of two races, so I record one long video and then trim it down and put it together, but I for some reason stopped and did something else in between the races, so I wasn't at the PC, so I stopped the recording, and that's when I noticed everything was just static, fuzzy, no audio, cutting in and out, nothing. There's no point putting up because you couldn't see exactly what you're looking at. Unfortunately, it's going to have to give you the results because there's no way I can redo the race and there's no way I can get the footage back. So, decent overall weekend. Qualified P2 and finished P2. It was a dry weekend for the most part and a cloudy race. Remy Gardner got pole, I was second as I said, and Cestino Vietti won the race. So, the Italian winning on the VR46 bike in Mugello. So, now off to Catalunya. So as we come on to start our one and only lap in qualifying, currently with a minute left to go, Sam Lowes is on provisional pole, 146 dead, coming all the way down to turn 1. Catalunya, a great track. Didn't feel very comfortable in Mugello. I feel much more confident on the bike. I feel like I can attack the track on this bike. I've had an upgrade in between. I had a engine upgrade, I think it was, in between races, so that should be giving us an extra bit of performance throughout the lap. Going personal best in sector 1, of course. We haven't set a lap. Using all of the track. We're slightly wide in turn 5, squaring off for not even a late apex, just wide. Coming into sector 3, and we are 3.1 under. Now this is where it gets tricky through this fast turn 9 down into the difficult reprofile turn 10, and the last sector, which is tricky in its own right. Braking just at the Monster Energy board. Once again we're a quarter of a second over now this time, so rear end sliding all the way around there, flicking the bike over, back as first gear. So we're currently P18. The session is over. This is our only shot to get a good lap. We nail turn 12 into the final corner. Just picking up the power as hard as we can, drifting it out to the outside curb. And up to the line for a 145. 5 red lights and we are off. P5 on the grid, slowly already going backwards, back as far as P6. Now picking up the slipstream of Xavi Vieje. Go to the outside into turn 1. On the outside of Sam Lowes as we come through turn 3. Long race here in Catalunya, 8 laps, so it's critical we get off to a good start and we stay in the fight early on in the race. Thankfully, scorching conditions for this race. Couldn't ask for better conditions as we go to the outside into turn 5, braking on the outside of Della Porta. But he manages to keep to the inside line. Cuts across my nose. I have to sit the bike up. Remy Gardner and championship leader Bezzecchi are slightly behind, not by much. Down into turn 10 for the first time in the race. Remy Gardner shows me a wheel, sits me up mid-corner. That was late. I'd argue a bit too late, but Thankfully I had the skill to pick the bike up mid-corner. I do find it quite difficult on these Moto 2 bikes to battle side by side with someone. But we shall see how we get on in the race here. Now my Gardner's already put a bit of time into me. I'm up to power 3, I'm gaining back slowly. Just pulling small tenths, not even hundreds of seconds in, not tenths. As we come down into turn 1, making up a good bit of time on the braking. We seem to be pulling them in sector 1 this lap around. Just drifting it all the way around this long right hander here, turn 3. So it looks like our pace is good, which is promising. Once again, I'd go for the outside line, but no different result. Exactly the same happens. So come down again. Remy Gardner shows me the outside, parks on the inside. I have nowhere to go. Could we have a look into turn 10 on the inside? He's just too far away, unfortunately, for me. They'll go slightly defensive. I go right to the outside of the track, and I make up so much time on the braking here. So they go defensive into turn 10. I need to remember that, because that could be a move I could pull later in the race if I'm in a situation. So these long corners here, this technical section at the end of the track is where I seem to be losing them as I run wide through turn 13. Now onto the home straight to come across the line to start lap 3. Xavi Vierge just ahead of me. Now can I get him into turn 10? I've been close so many laps before, but the pace is just so identical. Go to the outside, tagging Remy Gardner up the back like earlier in the earlier part of the race. Stuck on his outside, looks of it. Coming into turn 11 here. There's a crash behind it. Xavi Vierge's down. He's dropped, and I think Remy Gardner's gone as well, because his name has gone off the time board. So looks like he might have got caught up in the accident. As we come on to start the penultimate lap. Been a very dull race so far. Just been sitting in, as we're actually gaining so much on Raul Fernandez. Just wasn't close enough, as now we have the fastest lap of the race. Can we get him up the inside? No, we can't. He does the right thing, blocks the inside, but we get a good turn. Can we get it through turn 3? He's a big moment, but it looks like on the outside, and he's run wide. That means we are up his inside. The cutback worked. Now Sam Lowe's leads from Oyagoro, the rookie, and Jorge Navarro on the Boscoscora is in third. So can we... Oh, we're not. Just about get us stopped. But as I was saying, can we nick a podium here? Been pretty consistent all race. It felt pretty good. Once again, getting in hot. Almost having a little tangle with the back of Jorge Navarro. That's our third track limits. Need to be a bit more careful on the rest of this lap, and definitely last lap we can't afford a long lap penalty. It would put us out of the top 10, I fear. Hopefully it won't happen. Coming on now to the final lap in a couple of corners time. Will we be able to get close enough to Jorge Navarro and see can we rob a podium off the Spaniard in his home race? It's going to be difficult. He has the bones of half a second on me at the moment, but I have plenty of fuel left over, so I'll put the fuel up nice and early, try and pick up a small bit of slipstream and get within 2/10 of him ideally. It's coming down quite quickly and gaining on him massively. Hard on the brakes into turn 1. and we are within 2 tenths of him. Like I said, the rear end slipping and sliding there from Jorge Navarro and Ayagora in front. We are right with them. The podium is definitely within our grasps. Oh, they got our 4th track limits warning. One more and we have a penalty. So will I or won't I? I reckon I'm going to still try and get the podium if I can, but I'm not going to go all out. I can't afford long lap 4th position at a track like this. Is a great result. You can see Navarro's rear tyre is completely marked up. Might be the reason why he's slowly coming back to me. Once again, do we favour that outside wide line and cutting it back through turn 7. Ooh, touching the curb. It's not ideal for a run into turn 9. Now, can we get a perfect drive? Sticking to power 3 early. We're right on the back of Navarro. But the slipstream go to the outside. Can we even get Ayagora? Hard on the brakes. We've gone around the long way. Surely Ayagora's going to cut underneath me. He's thereabouts. We're able to hold it. Oh, small bit of wheel spin. It's not going to do me any favours. Now, where is Jorge Navarro? And there he is, just on cue. Dives up the inside of me. In turn 11, out turn 12 here. We are back up his inside. Ayagora just in front. We probably don't have the room to slipstream him to the line, but we're going to get as close as we can. Picking the power up nice and early. We have slipstream. We are gaining. We're going to run out of time before the line. He has a long look at us. P3 in Catalonia. So Sam Lowe's winning from Ayagora. I round off the podium, and I am now the championship leader. So, another great result for me. Back-to-back podiums in this episode. Up next, we are off to Assen and Sachsenring, I presume, are my next tracks. So yeah, I'm surprised I'm leading the championship. You can see there, nice gap. But I'm going to leave this episode here for today. I hope you've all enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. I shall see you in the next video.